That body, whoever he, she was completely cut into half like a slice. I was not able to walk. At 28,000 feet above sea level, my health was going down real fast, and in that moment, I had realized that I was not gonna make it back. All I was asking from the universe was that if you are hearing me, if you are listening to me, just give me 30 seconds with my loved ones.
The time has come. Everything I've worked towards since the last 9 years boils down to this one night.
One, two, three. Hey everyone,
What's up?
welcome back to Anandra.
And today, I'm so overwhelmed. We have Parth Upadhyay with us. And Parth Bhaiya, can you please go on and introduce yourself and what amazing things you have done in life?
Oh, well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. And usually, as I said, that I don't accept many interviews. But when I saw the work you guys have done and the energy you guys exude, I thought that I would be lucky to have some of that energy into me. So first of all, thank you for inviting me to your show. Secondly, to introduce myself, there's not much. I simply climb mountains for a living. At the age of 15, which you guys are, I went for a small trek, and that's when I fell in love with the process of climbing mountains. And this love of climbing mountains has, taken me to some of the most beautiful places in the world, including Mount Everest in 2019. I summited on 23rd May at 5 in the morning, and I fulfilled a 9-year-long dream. Apart from that, after I climbed Everest, people suddenly thought that I'm worth listening to, so they invite me to speak in schools, in colleges, in conferences, in corporates, and here and there. So I do what people call as motivational speaking. And apart from that, I make YouTube videos. I like to share my experiences with the world because I know that what I've learned, what I've experienced is something that should be out there. And I know this that, I might live, God willing, for maximum 50, 60 years, But the videos that I am putting out there will be there as long as YouTube exists. So even after I'm gone, my work can stay alive. So that's all I do. Not much to say.
And how simply you said, I just climb mountains. And if we kind of go into the details, how hard work that goes behind the process. So initially, we started with this thing called Rapid Fire, which basically kind of breaks the ice between us, you and the audience. So we'll start with 4 simple questions. 4 vague words you used to describe yourself.
Sorry?
4 words you used to describe yourself.
Oh, I'm someone who tries very hard. I'm a trier. 4 words. I'm wild, just the way nature intended me to be. And yeah, I think I can't think of any other words, but yeah, that's me.
Cool.
I'm wild.
One near death experience you had, like in Apex, इतने mountains चढ़ते हो तो कहीं तो होगा कि भाई ये था मेरा last.
Unfortunately, there's no one, but a lot of them. So I'll share one. While coming down from Everest, I had submitted Everest just 2 hours prior, and something happened to me while on my way down. My health started going down real fast, and it came up to a point that when I was not able to even stand up on my 2 feet, I had no energy left in my legs to even stand up. And I knew if I cannot walk on my 2 feet, I'm not going to make it back. Nobody is going to come rescue me here at this altitude. But when this was happening, I had accepted in my mind that I was going to die. And when you accept this fact that you are going to die, it's a very, very powerful realization to have, that what you thought of as life, you think that you have, a lifetime ahead of you, but that's not true. Most people will sleep thinking that, we have few more years, but unfortunately so many of them don't wake up in the morning. So that's when I realized that life is so fragile. And yeah, I mean, luckily nothing was wrong with my health, just my oxygen cylinder was running empty. I was breathing my own carbon dioxide. So as soon as we realized it, we changed it. And but that whole acceptance of death is a very powerful realization, as life has changed after that.
Right.
Yeah, I've seen a documentary and that you said your Sherpa slapped you and then the whole thing. Yeah, I have seen that.
Yes. Yes.
Great. So, okay, the best mountain in your journey so far, which you were like, I'm in love with this mountain. I don't feel like going back.
Well, it was Annapurna. I went there in this March, April. When I say this March, April, if some of you are watching in the next 5 years, I mean 2021 March, I went to Annapurna, this mountain. And it was, I think, the most beautiful mountain I've ever been to so far. And luckily, I get to go there again next year because I could not summit Annapurna. So I will be able to experience that beauty once again.
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah, hopefully, yes.
We pray, definitely. You'll make it. Okay, so let's start with the questions. How did the whole journey start? Because I know that you were training to be a pilot, or what was going on in the aviation field, and instantly you got to be a mountaineer. What was that shift? I mean, that's very daring.
Oh, well, absolutely, So it was not pilot, it was aircraft maintenance engineer. So basically in the aviation field. So my introduction to mountains happened much before I went into engineering. I just completed my 10th board exam, and the exams had gone horrible. So I knew that the few vacation days I have left, these are the only days where I'll be, left alone. So I decided to go for a trek to a place called Mount Kalsubai, which is the highest peak of Maharashtra. And I went for that trek as a complete introvert. I was extremely uncomfortable around people. I did not like interacting with anybody. I was so insecure, zero confidence, because I had never found anything in my life which I'm comfortable at. But I don't know what came my way. I just went for that trek and I saw the sun rising from the top of that mountain. And I asked myself this question, that if the sunrise from this small hill is so beautiful, how would the sunrise look from the top of the world? And just this imagination of a 15-year-old, I was not as smart as you guys. I was a very stupid, like I was just like, यहाँ से इतना खूबसूरत है तो वहाँ से कितना खूबसूरत होगा, बस ऐसा पूछा मैंने अपने आप को. And I thought कि यार नहीं, मुझे वो sunrise देखना है यार, top of the world से. And I think that's when I promised myself that no matter what it takes in this lifetime, I want to see the sunrise from the summit of Mount Everest. And I think that's when the initiation into trekking happened for me. So that was the one instant from when it all started.
But that was such a passionate thought, and you kind of went ahead. वरना लोग सोच के छोड़ देते हैं, but you actually went ahead. So that's commendable.
Achieving that thought is
right. So what it takes to be a mountaineer, there is a lot of work that goes into it. What is your, I wouldn't say tarika kaise bante hain, but what was your, kaise, how you started training, how does the whole financial process work, how does that
Because financials plays a very
huge
important
role,
part.
Huge role in that.
Because paying 40 lakhs for an Everest expedition, why would, how to manage, until you are, aap Ambani ho to wo alag baat hai, but how to manage all these expenses and all?
Well, that's a very loaded question. So
Yes.
I will answer it one by one. So first of all, what does it take to be a mountaineer? Well, to put it step-by-step process, first of all, anybody gets introduced to this idea of climbing mountains through maybe some book or some movie or some documentary or some YouTube video that you see, and you get inspired by it and you think, okay, this is cool. So something like that happened to me also. I saw a news coverage at the age of 15. Before the first trek I went, I saw a 16-year-old boy from India who had climbed Everest, Arjun Vajpayee. I saw his news coverage, and the way he was explaining his experiences, I got so intrigued that I went for the first trek. So this is how the introduction happens. So now, after I went for that first trek, and I had this idea that I want to climb mountains for a long time. Now I did not know what to do. So this is the first step that one needs to do. You should know what to do. So how do you know what to do? Well, there's a website which is very famous called www.google.com.
Right.
You go online and start understanding what mountaineering is. You start understanding what mountaineers do. You immerse yourself in this knowledge. You get into this zone. There are many books on mountaineering. There are many documentaries, many videos on mountaineering that you can see and understand what mountaineering is all about. And mountaineering is not just all inspirational and all motivational. It has a very dark, very dangerous side to it as well, which is literally life and death. And you are literally walking on the fine line of life and death when you're climbing mountains. So the ones who want to get into this field of climbing mountains, they need to understand that this is not all beautiful and all inspirational. There's no background music that will be playing like a documentary when you're climbing. No, it's not like that. So first one needs to understand this, all the sides of it, and needs to get in the zone, listen to people and speak to people who are in your area who climb mountains. And then if after seeing all the sides, if you still want to pursue this, then okay, then the next step would be to start doing small treks in your area wherever you are. Luckily I stay in Mumbai. I have the Sahyadri mountains around me, so I started here. So ऐसा अपने आसपास में जो भी पहाड़ है वहां पे जाना स्टार्ट करो. Start experiencing small hills. You'll get a idea कि actual में क्या होता है. And अगर इसके बाद भी इंटरेस्ट रहा, बचे रहे इंटरेस्ट आपका, so then you must sign up for the basic mountaineering course. Now this would be your proper first step into the field of mountaineering. It's like this. If we use an example that if you want to climb Everest, it's like as complex as writing a book, a good book. Now for a author, for a writer, writing a book is like his ultimate goal. But to write a book, you must know the ABCD. Okay, so this ABCD is taught in the basic mountaineering course. I'm speaking about India. So in this course, it's a 28-day long course. They teach you the fundamentals of rock climbing, ice climbing, snow climbing, conducting rescue, reading weather, dealing with medical emergencies, and all these things. So basically you learn the ABCD here. If you secure an A grade here, you can go for the advanced mountaineering course, and wahan pe you learn to apply these skills in a way, and you learn some more advanced skills. So ABCD जो आपने सीखा है उसका words and sentences form करना आप इस course में सीखते हो, advanced course में. And then after you have these skills and you know how to apply these skills, now you go about climbing real mountains in the Himalayas, 5,000 meter mountains, 6,000 meter mountains, 7,000 meter mountains, gradually to apply these skills, because it's just learning ABCD, just learning, just having knowledge is of no use unless you know how to apply it real time. So on these expeditions, if I say, after the courses I went for these expeditions, that's when the real learning for me began. I got a whole round idea of what expeditions are like. You experience bad weather, you experience bad health of yourself also and people around you. You learn to deal with these things. You have to conduct rescues sometimes you are rescued, and all these, so all these things you learn, and this makes you a wholesome mountaineer. And I think once you get to this stage, the road ahead would be very clear for you by itself. So this is how I think one can stepwise be a mountaineer.
What grade did you get? I'm just asking, curious.
Oh, well, in the basic course and advanced course, of course, AA.
Oh. As expected, of course.
So it's not a very difficult thing to get an A grade in these courses. You just have to do what is told. It's like that.
This is what you think because you're good at it.
Yeah.
Ask the other
जिसका
people.
हो जाता है उसको लगता है कि नहीं तो बहुत
Ask the
है.
other people.
And now coming to the financial parts, like how do we manage to pay such a payment for
Huge
such a big
amounts.
expedition.
You know, you don't usually get sponsorships as well. You know, why would anyone? It's very difficult to get sponsorships.
Till you are like, I am the youngest and I'm climbing, I need money, and like that. So how to manage like 40 lakh rupees for a 1 month expedition? But
2 months.
Well, this is a question that I get asked quite often कि भाई मतलब पहाड़ चढ़ना तो मुझे आता है लेकिन पैसे का क्या हुआ, पैसे कैसे कहाँ से लाए हम? So I think this is the bigger problem than actually climbing that mountain. Climbing Everest is easy in comparison to raising the money for it, at least in my experience, because I don't come from a rich family. I don't, when I climbed Everest, when I started my journey for Everest, I was just 21 year old, and I had no idea what to do. So see, this question is like, I still don't know how I raised the money. This happened. And there is no system that I can give, but there are some learnings which I learned on the way, which I can give you as small tips. First thing is, be honest about your journey. Be open, be absolutely honest. Don't try to mystify your journey. Don't try to build yourself up more than what you are. Just go to the people and just say what you are. Be honest about it. And honesty has a power which people don't understand. Okay, honesty has a tremendous power.
100%.
And if you see that, if they see that you are talking, you are just a person with a clean heart, clean mind, then support का chances बढ़ जाता है. दूसरा है कि don't try approaching anybody blindly. It will just waste your time. What I mean by that is, if you want to approach a company, rather than writing email to them on the email given on the website, if you have some contact in that company, go through that. That would be really helpful, because they get hundreds of such email and your email would never reach the right person and you will be wasting your time. Okay, so contacts is the key. It is the key. I mean, I have wasted too much time because I thought just email likh ke I was waiting for reply, and so it doesn't work that way. Third, one thing to keep in mind is that it is not about you. If somebody is giving you money to climb mountains, it is not about you climbing mountains. It is about how you can benefit that person for the money that they have given, because for them it is an investment. Okay, an investment anybody makes only when they see some return. So when you talk to them, don't be like, I want to do this, I want to do that. Okay, I do this, but with that, this will happen for you also. And everybody likes to listen to how they will benefit. So always talk about them more. So I think these are some of the things I learned. And Baki, there are no clear-cut way, but I'm still trying to figure out how to raise the funds for the next expedition. So अगर यहाँ पे कोई देख रहा है जिसको पता है कैसे पैसे raise करते हैं तो मुझे बता देना आप भी.
It's a never-ending process. There is no specific path, but there is basic rules.
And one curious question, we हमने लिखा ही था, but I have it in my mind. You went for the Annapurna trek in March, and you weren't able to summit the mountain. Now you coming back, आपका पूरा पैसा चला गया. Like you, मतलब अब आपने suppose कितना 10-20 lakhs invest किया होगा उस mountain को करने के लिए. And now when you go again, do you have to pay the whole amount again, or they make some कि नहीं आपने summit नहीं किया, so we can do that?
Oh no, I have to pay the whole amount again. And unfortunately, I had taken a loan for Annapurna, which would have been easier if I had submitted to pay it off. But submit भी नहीं हुआ and loan भी सर पे है, तो पहले loan repay करना है and then उसके बाद I have to raise the money again. So it's
Not easy.
Not easy.
Yeah, this is what it takes to be a mountaineer, I think. Yes.
वो cinematics जब वो mountain पहुंचता है तो उसके पहले उसने कितनी
This is
मेहनत
what
की
goes
होती है.
behind it, and we get
Yeah.
it. Right.
Yeah, it's like this. As I said that if you want to be a mountaineer, see, you'll be climbing mountains for maybe 2 to 3 months in a year. बट बाकी का 10 से 9 महीना आपको यहाँ बैठ के काम करना है, किसानी है, अपनी पैसा रेस करना है. You have to do everything that you don't like to do something you like for 2-3 months.
And how do you physically train yourself? मतलब 12 hours of complete walking on the मतलब इतने steep mountains में. So how do you physically train? मतलब how is your routine basically? जब आपको पता है कि in the next 2 months I have an expedition.